Ang dami kong ahon sa mukha, Bes. Klaro mga imperfection ko, Bes. Yung chan ko.
Look at that.
Bes, parang wala akong yaya, Bes.
Hindi ah. Mamaya ako magbumukhang yaya mo. Tingnan mo.
Hello everyone and welcome back again to my channel. Now for today's video, I am actually going to be doing a makeup transformation for my friend. This is Bes Tina. You've seen her in a couple of videos that I had on my channel. She's actually going to have a photo shoot today. That's why I'm being a good friend and giving her a free service. I was just forced. I'm kidding. Anyways, going on to this video, I'm going to start off with priming her face using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer Mattifying. I actually changed my mind in the middle of it because I remember that this look can be a lot of fall-offs. So I started off again with priming her lids. Her lids is really oily, so I use the Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC. This is really good eye primer for oily lids, and I just set that with some cream white eyeshadow from my Morphe palette. We can't help it but to take a selfie because we're Asians. I'm so sorry. Anyways, moving on to her eyes. I'm going to use 2 shades of transition color. I'm going to use this ashy brown shade and a more orangey yellowish shade as well, and I'm just gonna mix the two together, and with a circular motion I'm gonna concentrate this on her upper crease and mostly also on her outer V-line part, because since she has kind of like a circular eyes and everything else, I kind of want some wing out there and some V shape on her eyes. And then I'm going to take this a little lighter shade of brown and a much darker shade of brown. Using that first shade where it's a lighter shade of brown, I'm going to use that and basically put it everywhere where we put the transition colors as well. But the only difference is that this is going to be on the crease and on the lower crease part, not on the upper where the transitions are. And then using the darker shade of brown, this one I'm only going to concentrate this on the outer V-line more. But if there's not much product on my brush, that's the only time I'm going to drag the product to the crease, because I want this really to be only concentrated on the outer parts. Back to my 35O palette, I'm going to take this brownish orangey reddish shade right here, and I'm going to use a Sigma brush, crease brush, and I'm going to concentrate this literally only on the outer V-line part. Slowly building this product in because this is a very dark color and this can be really messy, but I'm slowly building the product so that everything will be nicely blended and smoked out. Next is I'm going to take this orangey shade right here. I don't know, I'm really bad with colors, so there you go. It's orange, it's something along those lines. But I'm going to concentrate this more on the outer V-line first, but I will literally just drag this color all the way to her crease, all the way to her upper and lower crease, and smoking that outer V-line part using a circular motion because this girl loves peaches and oranges. That's why I'm trying to, you know, please her, I guess. For her lids, I'm gonna get this pinkish shimmered from this Morphe palette. I forgot what this Morphe palette is called, but it's all shimmered, so I don't know. I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna put that in the description box. But anyway, I'm gonna use some Fix Plus to kind of make this color pop in and apply that all over her lids. Going back to the brush that we used to apply the orange shade, I'm going to blend the two together, make it look like they just got married, you know, make it nice and blended. And then going back to my 35O palette, I'm going to take another shimmered shade, and this one is really pigmented. This is much more of a pinkish champagne-y orangey shade, and I'm only going to use my finger because this thing is really pigmented. It can be really harsh, so I'm only going to dab that onto her lids and then blend it again as well. Moving on to her foundation, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever HD foundation stick that I have no clue what the shade is because this is actually her foundation. Might as well use it, you know? So I'm going to blend that using actually a beauty blender, and I'm going to mix it with this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. And I'm only going to dab. Again, you need to dab foundation onto your face whenever you are using beauty blender on blending it, because if you're going to swipe, you're not building any coverage, girl. You're not building any coverage. And these foundations are perfect for her since this girl has a very dry skin. So any dewy type of foundation would be perfect. To conceal, I'm going to use 2 concealers. I'm going to use this Tarte Shape Tape from Tarte, of course, and then this NYX HD concealer. And the technique that I always do, even to myself, is to blend the other side first and then set it right away with the powder, the RCMA powder. This is what I'm going to use today and what I have always used ever since I had that powder. And then I'm going to move on to the other side, blend it, and then set it. Actually gonna set also the sides of her nose and her smile lines because there's a lot of creasing there at the end of the day. Let's be honest, everybody has that. It's not just her, it's not just me, it's everybody, unless if you're a newborn baby, right? I'm kidding. Anyways, to kind of bronze up and make her face a little bit warm, I'm gonna use this NYX No Filter finishing powder in the shade Golden. You know, she's my friend if she's using the same product I'm using. I actually recommended this to them and they fell in love right away. This just gives you like a really, really good color and just natural shade, as you can tell. And I'm going to use this Pure Cosmetics shimmered bronzing powder. And I'm just going to add that up to kind of bronze up her face. As you can tell, her face looks so good with the mix of those 2 finishing powder. Also making sure that that jaw is snatched, you know, and then taking off those baking powders that we just put on and making sure to blend that also with the warm colors that we just applied around her face, because you want those 2 to be kind of, you know, blended again. And then I'm going to snatch her face using her face. I'm going to snatch her nose using this butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, and look at that.
May ikatatas mo palagi.
Her nose is popping. What can I say? Next is for contouring. I'm going to use this Milani Darktan Multitasker face powder. And you know I love this. This is my ride or die. I mean, this is just so cheap and so good. And she actually already has that cheeks that we all want. But I still want that to be a little bit snatched, you know. Making sure that those jawlines are defined as well. Also her temples and her forehead. Moving on to the highlighter. Of course, this Milani Sunglow. Look at that. Poppin'. I love this highlighter. These highlighters are just so great for what you pay for. I mean, so cheap. My gosh. Next is for blush. I'm going to use this sparkling Bellini from Too Faced and just blending that, dabbing that onto her cheeks. You probably thought that I already did her brows, but no, we still need to kind of define and make it on fleek, you know? So I'm using this pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you're using the same product, please be careful because this can be a disaster, okay? For her lower lash colors, I'm only going to use the transition colors that we use and those dark matte browns that we used as well, just mixing those 2 together, those colors together, I mean. And then for her inner eye corners, I'm going to use this loose pigments from Makeup Geek. This is in Sweet Dreams. I love this on highlighting the inner parts of the eye. It's so good. Look at that. Kasi kain ng kain! For her lips, I'm going to use the Ofra Cosmetics Liquid Lipsticks. I forgot what the shade was. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put that in the description box down below. Anyways, I'm going to highlight her Cupid's bow and her nose as well using the same highlight that we use from Milani. And I'm going to curl her lashes, her thin ass lashes. And I'm going to use some lashes from House of Lashes. These are their Tempers Wispy. And I'm also going to style her boring thin hair and curl it. I love you, Bes. I was just teasing you, okay? But anyways, lastly, I'm gonna set her face using the Makeup Chill from Urban Decay Cosmetics, and that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this tutorial, and I'm so glad that I did this on her. She looks so pretty and bomb and gorgeous. Anyways, thank you guys again so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!
Kahit nakangiti ka lang, Bes. Yan. Sige. Ay, bakit na naman? Bilik mata mo!
Walang kwentang balik pa.
Ready ka na?
Ready. Okay, Bes.
Saan?
Pisngi ko, Bes. Nagpa-passport picture ako, bes. Tapos sabi niya, sige, straight ko daw yung ulo ko. Hindi ko alam yung ulo ko nakaslant. Ganito lang ako. Pero yung ulo ko nakaganito. Pag i-call ako, hitman, tapos yung mga tao tumitingin.